All right, guys, so for today, I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how to create a drum fill that's very common in rock and other genres using the piano roll in Logic Pro 10. It's going to be a 16th note buildup using the toms, which is very good for transitioning from a lower energy section to a higher energy section, such as something like going from a pre-chorus to a chorus, or a verse to a chorus, or like what I'm about to do, which is going from the intro to just before the first verse, where I put in just a little piece of the chorus to kind of bring it up right before I'm about to, take it down for the first verse. And this is something that, drummers do all the time. It's super common. It's just a super common, easy fill. That's just really nice to use during transitions. You can do this in 16th notes, or what's actually more common is to use eighth notes. But this song is kind of not slow, but it's more laid back. So I tried to do the eighth notes and it just didn't sound right. So I did 16th notes, and I'm going to play you a little bit of the I actually did the same fill here, but I want to do the same one again here, and I figured that why not, create a little tutorial to show you guys just a simple fill, using the piano roll while I'm at it. And also, I'm sorry about the sound, guys. I know that the sound is not the best. It's because I basically spent way too long trying to figure out how to record this audio with El Capitan. There's some bugs and stuff. Like I can't use Soundflower, and the routing of the audio was getting all crazy. So I'm doing it in the way that I figured it out, and I'm sure I'll improve it. But for now, I'm actually just using the built-in outputs. I can't use my monitors because I couldn't figure out how to reroute it into the screen capture and etc., etc. So let's get started. So first of all, what you want to do is, I actually already created this track right here. But just in case you don't know how to do that, you can go up here to the left and click this plus. And this is going to be a software instrument. Just make sure that is clicked, and number of tracks, I just need one. Create. Okay, so this is what it just created. And right now, it always, when it creates a software instrument, it always just starts with this plugin, the classic electric piano, but you can change those over here in your library, which the library button's right here. So if you don't see this window, just click this top left little file looking button over here. And I'm going to go to drum kit, and I'm using Portland. I really like this drum kit. It has a lot of really good natural sounds that sound really, it sounds really real. It sounds like a real drum kit. So I like that one. So Portland, this is right here. And you can create this using your keyboard, but for right now, because it's just simple, I'm going to just use the mouse and the piano roll. So just to play you a little bit of the track. So the fill is actually going to go right. The fill is actually supposed to be right here. So I'm going to right click, create empty MIDI region right here. And then I'm going to expand this. And if you don't know how to expand, I use keyboard shortcuts, but you guys could actually use these buttons here to expand and contract the tracks. I like to have, when I'm drawing stuff on the piano roll, I like to really have, I like to have it big like this just so I can see what I'm doing. So let's see here. Let me just make sure I'm in the right spot. Yeah. So I'm going to just double click this and up will pop your piano roll. And I like to have the actual drum names here on the left so I could see exactly what it is or what it's supposed to sound like. If you don't see these and you only see the keys like a piano right here, you can go to view. Oops, my bad. Even though I don't really need that. You can go to drum names and it will show all the drum names. I always like to have that out just so I can really know what I'm doing. All right, so I want to use both the high tom and the mid tom because when drummers are doing this kind of fill, most of the time they'll use, both their right and left hands and they'll build it up on 2 toms, not just one. So I'm going to go here, and an easy way to create a note is just to right click and click create note. So there's your first note. And I'm going to right click and create another note here. And if you can also do this by using the pencil tool here. I don't really use that just because it's faster for me just to right click and just click that. But if you want to, you can use the pencil tool. You can go basically like this and just, start doing whatever you want to do over there. So it's pretty easy. All right, let me delete this. Okay, so I want to create 16th notes, and each one of these little boxes is a 16th note. So I'm going to just select these two, and I'm going to click Alt on my keyboard. I believe it's Option on Mac keyboards. And I'm just going to click Option and just drag, 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 because that's a fast way to create, a bunch of these little guys at once. You can also go like this and create all of them to make it faster. All right, so let me just listen to this real quick. Yeah, so right now it sounds really robotic and choppy because all of these are the same velocity. And what that means is it just means that they're all basically the same volume, and it's just very boxy and very flat and plain, and that's not really how real drummers play. Let's listen. Okay, so the way to fix that mechanical sound is really easy. All you have to do is just go to Step Editor right here, and then these are all your velocities right here. And an easy way to create more dynamics is you just left click and you drag, and you can make these little, you can make like a little hill. So it's really simple. And that looks pretty good. Maybe like that. And then listen again. Yeah, that's way better. I think I want this one a little bit lower. Maybe like that. Perfect. So that's pretty much it. If you go back to piano roll, you'll see that the colors have changed. Green is the lowest velocity, so just like the drummer's hitting it softly, and all the way to red, which is the highest velocity. You can also change your velocities here. I think it's kind of way more just tedious to do that. Basically, you would just click one of the notes and you can move the velocity here. I just like to do it in the step editor. For me, it seems a little bit faster. Oh, and I also have this other note up here in this other kit. I don't really know why I have it up there actually. So really that note should really be like right here. I wanted to use the low tom for that. So this should go down. Like maybe like that. Yeah. All right, guys, so that's it. If you have any questions, just comment below and I will answer. And thanks for watching.